John from OptixEQ, and I want to talk about run styles, preferred run styles, and how they match to the optics plot for today. So I'm going to look at a race that happened over the weekend. I think it was Sunday at Santa Anita. It was race one. It was a 9 furlong race on the turf. And, I'm not going to get into the form. I just want to look at plots and, how you actually, match the way the horse likes to run to the plot and see if it's a good fit or not. I'm going to start by looking at this line here called Optics RPM, and what that simply RPM means is run style plot match. So you'll see that we have numbers and we have little E, EP and stuff above the numbers. The numbers are color coded. They're either green, black, or red. And what that means is that the green is an okay fit. It's a good fit. A black is a neutral, and a red is a poor fit. But I want to kind of dive into this a little bit deeper and show you some of the nuance in this, and how it could be helpful when you're actually trying to get to the next level and interpret this. So let's start off with the E all the way to the left, and that's the number 5, Mongolian Grey Wolf. And the E means that this horse is a one-dimensional speed horse, wants to go to the front. That's the only way this horse can actually do anything. And if you hover over the shape and the number of number 5, Mongolian Grey Wolf, there's some good information there. The first is that you'll see he's got like standard surface. Those are just all the different filters. But let's just look at today's surface and distance because it's a 9 furlong turf. This horse is an E2, you see, and then you see the number 88 and 0. What does that mean? Well, E2 means he's only run 2 good races in his recent form, and they're both as an E, meaning a go to the lead type horse. His optics fig, his best optics fig in those races was 88. And the 0 means is that's how far he was off the pace. So in other words, he was on the pace, and that's the way this horse likes to go. Now you'll notice that he's lower on the y-axis than the 4 and the 2, and he also has a really large circle. Those are 2 negatives. We expect this horse, because of the way he likes to run, to go to the front and fade. He just don't look like he's going to be able to keep up with the horses. And it also looks like the big circles just shows his late pace is just not there. So if we were just kind of evaluating him from a plot perspective, just not looking at the form, just kind of looking at this, we would just say, this horse I would downgrade. Okay. Moving along to the number 7, and he's the EP. So he has a run style that he can go to the front or he can press. But he's another horse that you would want that to be up close. And look where he is. He's all the way down in quadrant 4, okay? And that's a negative, because this is a horse that wants to be close up. So, just kind of look at where he is. He's kind of in a position where you would typically see closers. And you can see that he does his best running about 3 lengths, 3 1/4 lengths is a maximum he wants to be off the pace. Now, he has, one as a closer, but again, it looks like his preferred run style is to be closer, and that looks like that may not happen today based on where he's at. Now, why is that? It's because of probably his recent form, and that's why he's plotting down there. So we would be negative on him as well. We think he's a downgrade based on, again, the way he maps his run style to the plot. Let's look at 2 horses. Let's look at the pressers and closers, because we have 2-dimensional types of horses. So these horses can, be close up or be far off and still do something. And that's the 2, 4, and the 6. And the 2 and the 4 just look, great on the plot, right? They look like they're both in good positions. Quadrant 1's a great position. The 4 is a nice square. The 2 is a small circle. But, it looks like these horses kind of either can sit off the 5, or let's say the 7 tries to compromise himself and go early in his recent form. These 2 horses could sit just right off of those horses and make a run. So they're both upgrades, or horses that we would consider. There's no negatives. There's no negatives in their plot and run style matchup. The number 6 is a negative. He's marked red, so we know there's something wrong there. Okay, this is a horse that's going to be in quadrant 4. But he's a circle. And if you just look at the quad stats, just to kind of get an idea, this is for surface and distance, the win percentage for circles going 9 furlongs on the turf at Santa Anita, 2.8. So, he's up against the track profile, and he's just a negative, and basically for us a toss in this situation. The number one is what I would call the lone closer, the horse that's really a true closer. If you hover over his shape, you can see in 7 races that he's run well in his form, recently. Recently means over the last year or so, and it's all been about being a closer. He's never demonstrated any other kind of run style. He's gonna make his one run. He's run and he's won as far back as 6 1/4 lengths. So this horse has no problem in this role. So I would say he's a fit, as far as his run style. Now, if you look at the contention, the speed ratings, it depends on how fast the 5 goes or something. It doesn't look like from a contention or speed rating that kind of helps him. But still, you have to consider him just because he's a match with his run style to the plot. So I would just say, let's just make sure that we include the 3, even though we have no run style information. This is a European horse, so he's kind of an X factor. But I just wanted to point it out. There's really little we can do and try to match it because we just don't know what he likes to do or what's his preferred run style. So just in kind of summary, I would say the 5, 6, and 7 are downgrades. The 1, 2, and 4 are upgrades in this scenario. Great thing is that we have the results of this race, and it's a great tool. When you hit the results button, we can kind of get an idea of the way the race was run. So we can see the 5. This is what it means. He kind of broke a little slow. That's his start. Probably rushed up, took the lead, and just faded poorly, like we thought he would. The 4 didn't take back. Kind of went after the 5 a little bit and pressed that horse, and then kind of just got caught late after making the lead. He got caught by the 1, who came from way back, and the 2 also, went with the kind of his closing style as opposed to being up close, and he kind of you could see the 7 was up there for a little bit and kind of faded. Try to, get up there and run closer to the pace. But, just, I guess in his current form, that's not good enough. And the 6, even though this horse kind of finished 4th, he kind of got to suck up. It looked like he was just running his race. And then as the 7 and the 5 faded, this horse just kind of fell into 6. Fell into the 4th slot. So, hopefully this was helpful in terms of matching run style and doing kind of the next level of matching run styles to plots. If you have any more interesting ideas about videos or anything, just go to our website at OptixEQ.com, go to the contact form, and just let us know. Hopefully this was helpful for you.